Good evening, my friends, and welcome to Environmental Coffee House. And I am Sandy Shellis, your host. Tonight we are doing a piece from Dark Mountain, and then we have a special guest, Poppy Davis from Austin, Texas. But I wanted to do this. I'm going back a little bit to my roots of narration. This was beautiful for a week of all kinds of stress for all kinds of people. And this is a beautiful piece. It is by, her name is Margaret Elphinstone. And she has published with this The Dark Mountain Refuge. So I'm going to get started, and because it's a long piece, and but it's a beautiful piece, and I really want to get going because I want you guys to enjoy the evening. So we're going to start out with this. Okay. Rewilding Who We Are. And I really enjoy narrating, and I haven't for a while, so I hope you guys enjoy listening as much as I'm going to enjoy narrating. As long as I get the light on the book okay, and I sound good. Here we go. Rewilding Who We Are. Ideology feels like reality when you live inside it. It's normal for those of us in the global north to operate inside a culture which is on a suicidal collision course with the needs of the planet. The evidence for climate change, species extinction, and environmental collapse escalates every day, yet we still observe how most people, particularly those who think they govern the rest of us, seem not to care, or if they do, they make almost no attempt to change things. It seems inexplicable until one examines the ideology which enthralls our culture. Until we learn to think beyond redundant ideologies, we actually cannot act differently. We live in a world of unconstructed oppositions. In almost every known language, things are defined by what they are not: nature, culture, wild, tame, male, female, good, evil, and so on. I doubt whether the other creatures who share our planet think in such binary oppositions. Does a dog who is warm and dry think, "Not cold and wet"? Or does she just revel in the moment as it is? No one could regret our facility with language, but it comes at a price. Once we speak, we are particularly separated from our experience, aware of alternative possibilities, never wholly present in what is. Languages are also full of tenses. The past is over and done with. The future is permanently a possibility just over the horizon. The present is obscured by regret and disappointment about the past and plans and objectives for the future. If faced with global catastrophe, our minds rush to the past where we can safely put the blame and the future, which is the place where we keep our solutions. The place in the middle, the one we are in right now, here and now, gets squeezed out, which is a pity because it's the only place where we can actually do anything. The Hopi people of North America have a story explaining how we became separated through our oppositional language. The Hopi story doesn't feature a garden or a serpent or an apple. But like the story in Judeo-Christian cultures, there's an opposition at the heart of it, which bears some relation to the Genesis story about gaining knowledge of good and evil. The Hopi story goes like this. The mockingbird chattered and talked, and people listened and copied him. Through all this talk, the mockingbird persuaded the people that they were different from everyone else. Mockingbird pointed out that they wore clothes and spoke languages, and knew about spirits. Once the people were convinced that they were different, the animals became afraid of them and avoided them. People even started avoiding each other. And when they did meet, they fought and sometimes killed each other. Once people start thinking that they are different, it is not only other species that become the alienated. Other. It's also other humans who are not of their tribe. Xenophobia becomes part of the same package. Once we start to coin words like nature, wild, and wilderness, we express a further sense of dislocation. The strange words show us that we're not fully inhabiting the planet out of which we evolved, of which we are an integral part. In the presence of non-human landscapes and non-human lives, present is exactly what we are not. When we come anywhere close to being present, we feel it as a flash of illumination, a binding revelation. We become aware of something larger than self, an intensity of feeling, perhaps joyous, perhaps painful, and in which we feel wholly alive. This is what it's like just for a moment to know who and where you are to belong. Such moments can happen to anyone anywhere. There is no hierarchy, and no one is excluded. No one's experience is invalid or unimportant. The connection between human beings and the living world around us is integral to our being. Awareness of the connection is the full meaning of being alive. As such, it is egalitarian in ways for which our prevailing ideology has no concept. Instead, we recognize experts who specialize in nature, in their writing, in their science, or in their art. The binary opposite of these experts is the ignorant masses who, steeped in ignorance and irresponsibility, crowd together in our doomed cities. If we're going to address what it really means to be reconnected, we have to free ourselves from this kind of thinking altogether, which smacks alarmingly of older oppositions: good, bad, save, damn, rich, poor. Perhaps there are other sentient beings inhabiting this planet who are aware of this connectedness all the time. The moments that seem to change our world, in which it feels like we'll never see things in quite the same way again, may simply be their world. For them, it all just is. Those other beings don't have language as we understand it. So we have no idea what they're experiencing. Our ability to conceptualize and communicate such great gifts can also be a poisoned chalice. Separation from the living world around us means that we forgot to listen to those other lives, which may embody something vital that which we have lost. What do these curious cultural constructions, nature and wild, say about those of us who use them? Is there any way around them, any way back to where we came from? As long as they stand in opposition as something other than the domesticated culture to which we belong, we define such terms as something out there, which we are not. Somewhere in our own childhood and in our human evolution, we begin to see the living world around us as something outside of ourselves. If we are the subject, then the rest of the living world becomes merely the object of our gaze. Nature and wilderness can be used to gratify our senses or exploit what we call its resources, but we are not a part of it. We have lost touch. But we are animals. Our place is the whole intricate web of life on Earth. If we lose that place, we lose ourselves. There is nowhere else for us to be, and our species doesn't make any sense by itself. Like all other animals, we breathe. We eat, we grow, excrete, sense, move, reproduce, and we're made of the same stuff. As soon as we stop doing these things, we die, and we get recycled like everything else. Without air, without the earth and the things that grow on it, without water and sunlight, we don't exist. There is nothing embodied in us that is not part of the whole. That includes our thoughts, our dreams, our stories, our sciences, our cities, our souls, and indeed every concept we have ever formulated. Rewilding Who We Are is about remaking those lost connections and listening to the lives that which we discounted for so long. We have made most of these lives extinct during my lifetime, and then had disappeared from the earth since the dinosaurs. If we're incapable of adapting, then in Darwinian terms, we should become extinct too. The most enduring legacy we would leave would be radioactive air, extinct species, and plastic seas. The damage of our other depredations would repair itself quite quickly. In this lies a sort of hope. But, like other species, we're programmed to survive and reproduce at all costs. I would like to be a part of that survival too. If we don't want our story to end like this, how can we adapt? I don't believe we have it in ourselves to do so. As climate change and pollution escalate, it becomes ever clearer that our culture is not able to overcome its destructive tendencies, however hard some individuals try to change things. We cannot change direction all by ourselves. We need help. It is just possible, even at this 11th hour, that we could find it. We're not alone. The other lives which we share our planet with have been treated for too long merely as either material resources or undesirable competitors. There is an exchange in The Tao of Pooh by Benjamin Hoff that goes like this. Lots of people talk to animals, said Pooh. Maybe. But not very many listen, though, he said. And that is the problem. Humans and gatherers, hunters and gatherers of the indigenous sort, not modern trophy hunters, have to observe and understand that these living things around them, they have to know what the plants and animals are like and what they'll do. They have to listen, and their stories, too, are about listening. People learned what life meant from the spirits or the animals, which is how they know how the stories are true. The stories answer the perennial questions that humans ask. What are we doing here? What do our lives mean? How will it all end? The stories are about the beginning and end of all things, and usually animals and plants are the prime movers in the narrative. The stories are also about what it means for a person to journey through life, and what other beings, animals, plants, spirits, will help her along the way. Significantly, the only place in a post-industrial world where the animals retain the significance in story is in narratives for young children. Becoming an adult is, in our culture, largely about separating oneself from the beings around us, being disconnected Such a notion of maturity is wholly unlike, for example, the Australian Aboriginal Dreamtime, which is about the connection with other beings. In recent editions of the Oxford Children's Dictionary, words about the natural world were deleted. As Robert Macfarlane states eloquently in the introduction to The Lost Worlds, by depriving children of worlds for other lives, we make those other lives invisible, linguistically not existent. Because we have language, knowledge, and self-conscious, we do appear to be unique among animals. Like every other being, we live on energy from the sun, which can assess by consuming other plants and animals. However, unlike the other living beings, so far as we can tell, we're aware of ourselves taking other lives in order to feed our own. A bargain only works if both sides treat each other with respect, and hunter-gatherer societies take care to maintain the dialogue between people and animals, hunter and hunted. But the more separated a human culture becomes from the world around it, the less respectful it is towards other human beings. Those who feel the connection most, who might have become shamans in a hunter-gatherer culture, well, they cannot bear what we do. Think, for example, the 19th century poet Jean Clair, who felt so strongly connected to the English countryside that its despoilation by advancing industrialization drove him finally into a mental institution. Back then, they were asylums. Nature was not a backdrop for him, or a mirror, or a resource. It was life itself. And to be alive was to be connected to the whole. All nature has a feeling. Woods, fields, brooks. Our life eternal. And in silence they speak happiness beyond the reach of books. There's nothing mortal in them, their decay. Is the green life of change to pass away and come again in blooms revivified? Its birth was heaven, eternal in its stay. And with the sun and moon shall still abide, beneath their day and night, and heaven wide. Is it possible that our place in this natural cycle is nearly at an end? Perhaps we can accept this if we drop our notions of linear time. In our post-Einsteinian world, there are already obsolete among storytellers. They're already obsolete among storytellers, both artists and scientists. All these stories about the first cow, or the first ash tree, or the first turtle, with which our living world began, are cyclic. They cycle through days and seasons and eons of life until they reach the end of all things. When Fenris the wolf appears, or black rain falls, or our earth dies giving birth to a cosmic egg, or the world's serpents swallows up the sun. There's going to be an ending, of course. One day, according to the current story, the sun will explode and turn into a black hole. There will have been many other endings by then. Is the present moment any less valid for possibly being near the end of our cycle? I would like my grandchildren to live long and happy lives. I'd also like them to never suffer, which of course is not possible. I can't do anything about that. But today I can read my youngest granddaughter a poem out of The Lost Worlds, and she'll enjoy that. We'll be happy, and she'll understand better who and where she is. The only place where I can make anything happen is the here and the now. This doesn't mean I don't care about going where we're going, or that I wouldn't do anything about it. I say where we're going, not the future. The future is an abstract noun. I can't get anywhere near it. Where we're going is a pronoun and an active verb. It is what we're doing right now, in the here and now. We can do things like stop, turn, look, listen, and change direction. The things we were taught to do in order to cross the road. There are many difficult crossings in front of us. Now we find ourselves going the other way. If we listen to what the plants and animals are telling us, we might, whatever happens, find stories which fit our times better. The stories we currently tell ourselves about control and crisis management are not helping us. Their hero is isolated, terrified, and in an increasing state of panic. This hero encounters wildfires in California, floods in Bangladesh, Arctic heat waves, and dead coral reefs, and tries frantically to delete them from the script. Unlike Taliesin, the bard who drank from the cauldron of wisdom and heard the birds and animals speak, this hero has maniacally stopped his ears to what the land and animals are saying. This is what Taliesin said about himself after he became many animals in all the elements. I was in many shapes before I was released. I was a slender, enchanted sword. I was raindrops in the air. I was stars beam. I was a word in letters. I was a book in origin. I was a lantern of light for a year and a half. I was a bridge that stretched over 60 estuaries. I was a path. I was an eagle. I was a coracle in the seas. This is what it is to be connected. This hero is at one with the living world around him. He can be himself without drawing boundaries around himself and making himself separate. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors knew they had to cross these separating boundaries in order to survive. It is what we have to do too. Sometimes we have done it when we experience the flash of illumination, that momentary sense of connection with all life. As far as we know, we are the only animals who can conceive taking on other shapes and imagine what it's like to be somebody else. Possibly, even that is what our imaginations are for. Our ability to conceptualize needn't be just an evolutionary disaster. It has been a successful genetic adaptation in that, like cockroaches and cancer cells, we have proliferated remarkably. But what a transformation it would be if we reforged it into a story of empathy and recognition. Changing our whole ideology may seem like too slow a process to address the crisis we are facing, but the speed of response is up to us. It can indeed be slow or it can be instant. In this present moment, the polar ice is melting now. Sea animals are being choked with microplastics now. If you could transform into a turtle now, or a polar bear, or a coral atoll, there would be things our society takes for granted which you could never bring yourself to do again. You would be empowered by the wisdom you had gained listening to those other lives. Because you were intrinsically part of those other lives, you would cast fear and embarrassment aside and stand up for them. You would think of ways, even if it killed you, which it might. I think there is a way. It starts with acts of imagination and empathy. It starts with renewing the stories about connection, and the narrative goes on from there. This adaptation of an old story may come quite near the end of the human cycle. It may be the beginning of a new chapter. Either way, the hero of this story will know, here and now, what she must do. That was quite beautiful, wouldn't you say? And I figured it would take me about a half an hour. So, since it is happy hour night, I'm going to take a little sip of my wine. I don't do it very often. I've been in a lot of pain. And pain sucks. But here we are. And that was quite beautiful. And I think I put the link, but there's no link to the book. You have to buy it. And if you really want it, we can do a book club, and I can mail it to you as long as you mail it back. I think that's a wonderful idea. Yes, I do. And Poppy's going to come on with us, Poppy Davis. She has been through so much, and just so much. And I would really like to have her with us. So Poppy, if you want to join, let me put the window up so I can see you. And you have the link. And if you'd like to come on in, Poppy Davis. And in the meanwhile, let's see what you guys. Hi, Rick Dworsky and Gary Ballard and Scott Andrews. All right, we've got Poppy Cakes, and she's coming with us, and I'm going to add her right to the right. Hey, Poppy. Yeah. Hey, honey.
Sorry, I'm in the dark.
You're
sorry.
in the dark. Well, you've been through so much, Poppy, honey. I mean, you know.
I don't know if you've heard, but we have a little bit of an electricity power problem. So I'm trying not to use too much.
Okay. Well, then don't.
That's why I'm dark. Okay.
Yeah. I hope you liked what I chose. I thought of you.
No. Oh, you're a prophet.
No. Margaret, the woman that wrote it, is a prophet. All I like to do is read it. But I wanted you on tonight because cool. I want you to talk about what you've been through and what others have been through, and possibly we can, understand, since I know that you have been commenting about the fact that this is like insane. And I'm just fixing your picture a little bit so I can make you look a little. Oh, look at that! No. I can make you look. I made you look beautiful, and here we go.
Oh, excellent.
Beautiful poppy cakes. So
wonderful.
Tell us what's been going on for you.
Okay, I got to say first of all that I've been incredibly lucky. Because we only lost power for, a few days. My husband's here with me. We only lost power for a few days, but we always had water, although we have to boil it. But, okay, I'm lucky because I'm not elderly. I don't need dialysis.
Can you move over a little bit? You're cut off. Okay, there's your beautiful face.
I don't have like a newborn baby in the house. Mm-hmm. I mean, what are you doing to me, Kyle?
Try and do it. There you go.
Kyle's adjusting me.
Hi, Kyle.
Okay, wait. We gotta talk to Kyle.
You're gonna show yourself, Kyle? Well, they're on the phone.
Hello.
Hi, Kyle. Love your beard.
Kyle.
Oh man, this is so awesome having you guys with us.
Yeah. Okay, so,
it is beautiful.
Okay, honestly, we can kind of problem solve stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Whoops, I'm off. Okay, there I am. Sorry, I don't know how to do this.
It's okay.
We can, like, boil snow to get water, and you know put snow in the toilet to flush it. Like we can solve problems, but
Hmm.
there's a lot of people in modern society who don't seem to know how to do that
Right. They don't.
because we're disconnected.
Ill-equipped. Ill-equipped. Completely ill-equipped.
Well, we're in a bubble. We're in a bubble of everything being provided
Hmm.
to us.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know.
Everything. I wonder how the preppers are doing in Texas. I bet there's a lot of preppers down there. Well, they're getting to use their shit now. They've been prepping for a long time. I follow some of those prepping channels because I learn from them. I live out in the boonies. I do some prepping. You got to do that when you live out here.
No,
But
prepping. I want to do some prepping.
oh, you
I
will
don't
be.
necessarily want like an arsenal and a castle.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking food and things. Things
But
that
people do that. They're crazy. I'm just saying. But I'm just saying. I'm sure the
Do you
preppers
have
are
heat,
fine.
Poppy? Jim wants to know if you have heat.
Oh yeah,
Jim the
dude.
Wonderful.
We've had
Okay.
heat for what?
Okay.
We've had heat for like 36 hours now, and it's so cool.
Good. Good. But it was a shock at first. What did you feel like at first? Because I mean, we live in this weather. You're in Texas. They were woefully unprepared. And my brother lived in McKinney for 15 years, so he said he knew that this was happening, that the electric grid, they were fighting it then.
Well, yeah, it went down, and it was cold, and my husband and I, forgive me, snuggled under like 9 blankets, and we were fine.
That's beautiful. I'm so
No,
happy
but
you're
seriously,
happy.
oh, well, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, but nobody, we have like a fireplace, but it's a
Yeah.
gas fireplace, and we don't
Hmm.
even have any wood. Like,
Yeah.
we never
It's
have
not
a
what.
fire, so nobody has wood heat. Nobody has like backup. The grid goes down here, and people are pretty uh screwed because
Yeah.
they just don't know how to deal with it.
Well,
I
we saw
mean,
the pictures and we
well, you
saw
know what I mean.
the
Like,
yeah. Honey, it's
what'd you
okay.
see? Well, okay, like I had to tell a few people how to like melt snow so you could flush your toilet.
Mm, that's like a no-brainer. That's a no-brainer. But I guess some
Yeah,
people don't
well,
get it.
okay, Sandy, we have no. Okay, that's the thing. We have no brains in cities in Texas because,
People aren't trained, taught.
yeah, nobody.
They don't
Okay,
learn.
nobody goes camping anymore. Do you go
Hambone
camping?
does.
Well, shit. I don't. I don't. I don't
Yeah.
want to know what ham bone is. I don't. No, I'm just, I'm just saying, people.
Well, he's from
It.
Austin. He lived in Austin. He just moved away
Yeah.
last year. Yeah.
That he. Yeah. He. He missed the Great Freeze.
Yep. He sure
But
did.
but
You
now
didn't.
he went up to your area, but you guys know how to winterize stuff. You have
Hmm.
insulated pipes, or
Yeah.
somehow your electric grid doesn't go down. I got to tell you, the thing in Texas, in San Antonio, is that we've never. I mean, it's always like we'll have one night where it dips down into freezing, or maybe two.
Yeah,
Uh,
San Antonio. Forgive me, I said Austin. San Antonio.
no, I don't. We're close. We're
Okay.
an hour away. But the
Okay.
thing is, it just, honestly, it. This has been. really weird, like off the charts, different than I've lived here. How long have I lived here? Fuck. I don't know.
I was here for 12 years.
I've been in Texas.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like I've been here like 34 years. 34
Okay.
years. Okay, but so that's just my lifetime. But no, this does not happen in Texas. This is the Arctic came down
Yeah.
here. It
Yeah.
did, right? Isn't
And
right?
it just inundated your state. Man.
We just aren't we just not we just don't have the equipment. Like everything froze.
Poppy, I have a question. Do you think after this that the politicians,
No.
the elected, they won't take any kind of
Sorry.
proactive, because they're going to, you know what they're going to say? Well, this is a, once in a whatever 100-year, but it's going to be a
Yes.
rude awakening, because it's not. Even Michael Mann said, oh, it's just a good old fashioned like the 1950s and 60s, which, where did that come from?
I don't know about that man. I think he's kind of crazy, but
Well, we're not talking about him tonight. This
no,
is
but
about
the
you
thing-
now.
No, but your question is like, is anything going to change, or politicians are going to say, "Whoa, we need to prepare for climate change"? Sorry, no, because okay. Well, okay, what I've noticed first of all is that all the politicians, our Governor Abbott and
I know.
and our crazy Senator Cruz, oh my god.
Right.
But they've come out and said, it's the windmills. It's the windmills that froze, and that's why we have had all these problems. Like
they're morons. They're just
they're fucking
morons. Yeah.
No,
fucking
they're
clueless
not morons. Actually, I'm sorry, Sandy.
Okay, they
They're not
choose
morons.
they're
They're
different word.
They're calculated assholes. Is what they
Okay. That's a good one. Calculated assholes. Completely. I like that, Poppy.
Oh,
Very articulated.
no, it's true. They're
Tanya's with us. She says if the douchebags in charge would pay attention to science, they could have predicted this craziness. We don't prepare for anything in this country. Now, Tanya is Jim's wife, Jim and Tanya McQualley, that do the climate protest every week in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
really cool.
I love them. Really. They're out there. They're walking the walk, and it's cool.
Absolutely, but I have to respond, Tanya, that okay, Texas is not going to prepare for climate change even
Regardless.
after this huge event any more than anyone else in the world. Sorry, but no, I think you're going to see how Texas blames everybody else or whatever, and we make some cosmetic changes. I'm sorry to be a downer. I'm kind of a
No.
doomer.
Hey,
I'm a
listen,
doomer.
we called it happy hour, right? But happy is subjective. And I called it happy hour simply because it's Friday night, 9:00, and I'm having some wine. But I wanted to read something that was impactful. And I would love to write
my
things
rum.
like that.
Here's my rum. My hubby
All right,
went
cheers,
out for,
everybody.
My hubby went out for eggs and milk, and he came back with rum. So that's Texas.
Well, that keeps you warm.
What?
That
I'm
keeps
telling
you
ya.
warm. Yeah.
We don't need. The thing is, we don't need eggs, and we have food. We have cans of food. I don't know why people don't like store food. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead.
I do. I can it and I store it. Make my own. But
You have
you
a
will.
few cans of beans, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
No. I have a million things. I have salsa. Would you like some? I'll send you some. Salsa verde. I made a lot
You
of stuff.
made it? Oh,
Yeah, I canned everything
oh,
for my tomatoes from my garden. You know how
oh.
I do it. I lay on the yoga mat and I plant laying down because I'm so disabled in my back. I can't kneel to do it, so I lay down to do it.
Well,
Yeah, my garden
I'm
is.
with you. I'm going to start gardening.
Oh, you will.
Gardening. Gardening is in Missouri, like big time. Like Texas, I've had the hardest time gardening here because it's really 110 in the summer, and now
Oh,
it's like 0 in the winter. I
that's
don't know.
insane.
You can't grow shit here.
Well,
So
that's interesting because I mean, what I heard was that the Central State farmers are losing everything. It's going to be a huge hit to the state. Texas is not going to
yes,
rebound very fast, and their exports, there's not going to be exports, so they're not going to make the money off the commerce, and the farmers are going to hurt. And the farmers are always the ones. And I'm not talking about the big factory farms, although they'll hurt. The little farmers, they're the ones that hurt. I don't know how many little farmers there are in Texas because everybody
I
says everything in Texas is big.
we have plenty of little what do you call it? Neighborhood farm. What do you
Oh,
call it?
cool. Farmers markets.
But in the farmers markets, but you know what Texas is, even though it's been frozen, what Texas exports is oil. We have the
Yeah, big oil.
refineries. We have all that. That's not going to stop.
But
Don't
you
worry
can't
about
eat it.
Texas.
You can't eat
I'm
it.
going to get the fuck out of here, but Texas will be fine.
Okay, if you say so. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
I think so.
everywhere will be fine. Everywhere
Ah,
will get over, but it's the next one and the next one, like the California fires, like the Australia fires, like it's snowing in the Middle East. Nobody's talking
yeah.
about what's happening in
Have you
the
seen the
Middle East.
camels? Those are the camels with snow on them. That's okay.
Yeah,
I
abnormal
agree.
everything.
I agree, Sandy. But okay, this is okay. Yes, Texas is going to experience this again and again, I'm sure. But this is the first time. It really is. The first time we've had freezing temperatures for a week. We have one or two nights usually of freezing.
Yeah.
All the vegetation, all of it is not our climate. Even I like to plant like native plants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my yard, and when
Sure.
they're dead, they're dead.
Yeah.
Everything's
You know
dead.
what else, Poppy? I was
I
reading.
covered them up with sheets and
Do you have
everything else.
pets? You got pets, right? Do you have any pets?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, of course
oh
you
yeah.
do. I think you have cats, right?
I got one. I have one pet, one dog, and
We're
at the
losing
moment
you.
2 cats.
You're
Because
okay.
I'm
One dog and
fixing
2
my-
cats. Well, I was
Sorry.
worried about what
Yeah.
was going on with the animal shelters down there. And when things like this used to happen, when I had an income that was sufficient to be able to have extra, I sent to all of the animal shelters that were taking care of for the fires and all. And I was looking to see what was in Texas that I might be able to put in the link if people want to donate to the animal organizations down there, because if people are suffering, the animals are suffering even worse. And any
I'll
strays
send
and just
I'll
awful.
send you plenty of links. Personally, I have one feral cat who I can't get near, but he likes to hang out in the back
I have
porch.
one of those.
Yeah, he's just like kind of part of, but I put in a box with a bunch of, blankets and
Uh-huh.
he's been hanging out and he's fine.
Good.
But but yes, it's probably, I felt so bad for him. But
Tina says this is exactly the jet stream anomalies that Jennifer Francis has predicted due to the Arctic warming. Oh, absolutely, she has, and she had that paper in 2015, and Guy has been talking about it on his channel. And
no, it's totally. Have you seen the jet stream? Have you? It is.
Woo, we showed it the other night. The graphic.
It is dipped down to Mexico.
Yeah, I don't have any graphics, or I'd pull it up tonight. I didn't get any graphics ready tonight.
The Rio Grande Valley in the southern part of Texas, it gets to 110 in the summer. It is hot down there. It is so amazing. No, it's really okay. I think we should be scared because it's crazy weather. Personally.
Well, this is all part and parcel, and we have been warned about this.
Oh yeah. Well, honestly, Sandy, I've been warned. I realize, all the weird stuff is happening with the, weather in the world, but I really didn't even imagine that that Texas would like freeze over.
Yeah.
But that wasn't even like I thought, we'll get to 125 degrees in the summer and it'll be miserable, but I did not think we would be in the teens Fahrenheit.
No, nobody did.
For a fucking week.
Were the meteorologists even on top of this in Florida on the news channels? Well, I don't know if you have news, if you watch any of it. But...
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't have electricity. I couldn't watch the news.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I couldn't even.
No,
get
Poppy,
on the
I'm
internet.
talking about prior to this. Was there any forecasting of the events that were about to transpire?
No, Jesus
Nothing.
Christ, no. This is really, had you ever thought Texas would freeze over?
No. Like the meme I had. Oh my gosh, I wish I had these memes. I could pull it up. The one with Ted Cruz saying, I'll believe in climate change when Texas freezes over.
Exactly. Oh man.
Yeah, and it did. I didn't set up any
bitch.
graphics.
I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. That's
Yeah,
son of a
Rich
bitch.
Diane is with us. Hi, Rich. I'm so happy you're here. More climate
Rich is
surprises
totally right.
coming.
Yeah, more surprise.
Rich lives up in the cold, off the grid somewhere.
Okay, well, that is what has surprised me. It is such a surprise. I know all kinds of weird weather is going on all over the world, but I really hadn't even I hadn't even thought San Antonio would freeze for a week. It wasn't even in my, I don't know.
No. Now, Robert Araujo says it has been very warm up north in Quebec. Worried they'll have bad heat waves. So it's all upside down and mixed up. And you know what, Pop, though? Where I live, we aren't out of the ordinary. It's like we're just, I don't know. I don't even think we've got enough snow. I think we need more snow for our gardens, but it has not been anything out of the ordinary, and that is what's wild. I feel like, when is the bomb going to drop? Although we had a tornado.
Oh, well,
2017 wrecked a lot of things.
Well, okay, Sandy, it has snowed 2 or 3 times in the last week. 3 inches each time. It is fucking crazy. Okay.
To us, that's nothing in Western New York. But it crippled you guys. It crippled. And I watched the videos. People, were sliding in the roads. They don't know how to drive in it. They're not prepared. Obviously.
No, it's not only just that people don't know how to drive, because that's true. But we don't have any infrastructure. We don't have trucks that plow the roads. We don't have salt, or we don't have anything to treat the roads.
Look what Jim said. This morning, the North Pole was 15 degrees Fahrenheit. Texas was 4 degrees to 14 Fahrenheit. It is in-fucking-sane. It really is.
Jim and Sandy, the Arctic has relocated
down to Texas.
and maybe the magnetic pole is down here. I don't know what the fuck's going on, honestly.
No, but
seriously,
Nicholas Humphrey will, and we will have him on the channel to explain all of this.
yeah,
He
and
can,
Beckwith
yeah.
is produced some awesome, and Massa.
Oh, I've been watching. And Jim is my heart. I'm going to go visit Alaska. If I ever can get somebody to take care of my cats and I ever have money, I told Jim I'm coming up and I'm staying at his house and he's taking me to see the glaciers before they melt forever.
Okay, take me, will you?
You want to come?
Yeah.
Let's do the pilgrimage to Jim's house. I already told him. I said, I'm going to do this. I mean, God knows how I'll ever get the money. But I want to. Everybody knows on this channel that has been my thing. I want to go to Greenland. I want to go, or Iceland. I want to see the glaciers before they're gone. My brother's been lucky enough. He's been blessed enough to go to Iceland. His whole family. So I told Jim, that's my dream. And now that I know Jim's up there, it's like, okay, I just have to get my ass up there. Yep. Have a place to stay.
It's going to be really sad. We go up there, it's going to be devastating.
Yeah. Well, down in they're melting, the glaciers are melting all over. I mean, we just saw what happened in the Himalayas. We did part of our show on it, and I made a video on it. It's just it's insane. But the normal Joe is not putting the dots together, Poppy.
Oh,
they're not putting the dots together. Although I do see more of people saying on Twitter that they understand that maybe this is something different. But I'm surprised. I didn't go looking for it. I did not go looking for the people that were saying that this was engineered and fake snow, and it's a big conspiracy, and it's all fake. I haven't looked at those sites yet. I'm sure they're out there with their analogies to like crazy.
Honestly, okay. It's real.
Keep rocking in the freeze.
There's like snow out there.
Yeah. Show us.
Okay.
Can you show us? Yes, it's still a little light enough to see.
No, it's dark, but turn on the light. And actually today we got all the way up to like 43.
Okay.
And so everything was melting, but tonight it's going to freeze again because, not enough of my plants have been killed. Let's see. Do we got any snow?
Tanya says we should be building an ark, not going to Mars.
Indeed.
And her husband says the Alps will be free of ice by 2050, they say. Well, we're going to have our electric cars, though. And that's going to solve everything. We're going to be riding our Teslas.
Oh, fuck off, Sandy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Wait. I read. Okay.
Ooh, you're in the dark now. I'm sorry. Ooh, I could make you
Sandy,
lighter. Yes, baby.
It's fine. There's no snow outside anymore. It's
okay.
all melted. That's why I went out there. But I read that, Elon Musk was coming to Austin.
Hi, Kyle.
I think.
Yeah. He's in Texas.
Hi, Kyle.
He said it's a wake-up call. Can you see what's on the screen? By the way, being a guest, can you see the whole thing, or do you have to look at it on the... Oh, look at you guys. They're so cute. You're breaking my heart.
I'm trying to comment where I can. I'm a lot slower than Poppy is, though.
Well, what's your name on there commenting?
Kyle Davis.
Oh, Kyle Davis. Oh, that's you. Oh, yes. I didn't even pay attention. I know. I've been like, well, look. I have a little wine in me, and my back is feeling no pain tonight. Hi, Keith Hayes.
Neither are we. I told you. Kyle went out for eggs and milk, and he came back with rum. We're fine.
Well, this is a fun night.
I'm sorry.
We're having a good time. I'm happy that you came on to explain the situation. And oh, hi, Chris Foster. Chris Foster, it's late for you over there, over the pond. Yes. Yeah, they are a cute couple, aren't they, Jim? Used to be a cute couple.
We're cute. Yeah,
we're
cute when we're.
I'm just a me.
We're in our 50s and we're fucking rocking it.
You're rocking it. Yep. And will you tell us before we end the show where you're going and what you're doing next?
Oh, we're so excited. Sandy. Okay. We bought like 5 acres from my parents in Missouri in the woods outside of Joplin, Missouri. And it's totally undeveloped. We have to, we're moving there. We're gonna try to make everything as self-sufficient as we can. I'm learning from Basil.
Great. They know a lot. I love going to their house. I learn.
Yeah. What, you've been over there?
Oh, hell yeah. I stay over there. Karen's my really good friend. She's like my sister, his wife. So, and I go and I love watching what he does in the garden, and then I replicate what
Cope?
he does.
Have you met?
Oh, hell yeah. Cope is adorable. Cope is a sweetheart.
Yeah.
We have a family here, and I say it's on the straight of Route 86, and we want more people to come move here because we're not in trouble yet. It's like we're not, but we want to have, our friends, and it would be great. It would be great to have it.
Well, Sandy,
in a 100-mile radius.
I would love to visit you. I think we could drive there in a day.
Sure.
I think. No, maybe a day and a half. I don't know. Missouri, New York.
Well, I got some plans for making it more camping friendly for my friends and
wait. I got to what? I got to camp?
Everybody camps when they come here.
What?
Yeah. I mean, we have a complicated situation in the house at the moment, but yes, you could stay in the house. I do have a spare bedroom, which is occupied at the moment, but I always have an open invitation. I had a big party in 2018.
Sandy, I'm sorry. I'm giving you shit. I feel like I'm camping right now in my house in Texas. So I'm not thrilled about it. I'll camp in the summer up there. But y'all have terrible insects, right?
No. Oh my God, no. We don't have terrible insects. Lord, no. It's not bad at all here. They're all dying off. I had to hand pollinate some of the things.
What? Well, that's not good.
Yeah,
what? The
I know.
Mosquitoes can't do it for you?
We had the bees, but it just I needed to do that. Basil hand pollinated also some of his plants. So yeah, there's a lot. But wait a minute. Billy Joe says, how much wine would I need to drink to catch up with Sandy? You know what? This is like shitty wine. It's just a light thing. I'm not I'm not at anywhere you have to catch up to.
Well,
Hi, Shutzy.
Sandy, shitty wine works. Right on, Poppy.
Says, right on, Poppy.
50. Woohoo!
Yeah. And we've got a lot of. Hi, Suzanne.
I told Raza I'd say hi. Hi, Raza.
Hi, Raza.
Sorry.
I'm looking for Raza. Is he still with us? I'm looking for a comment that he's written. Shutzy was saying
in London.
Yeah, it is. I was about to say the same thing. The bugs are disappearing. It is. It's happening. It's different. Now, it's funny because the bugs are disappearing, but the cluster flies are not disappearing in my house. And they are disgusting. And they are in the house and they are dead on the windowsills. It's gross. And the cats don't even get them. They just come in. They just die. They're just weird. I've never had them out of the house. They're always they hatch because it's warm in here from the wood stove. So, all right. Well, we have been an hour, and I think that if anybody joined late, I hope that you go back to the beginning and do partake in the listening pleasure of what I narrated. And I'm going to end with the video I created for the narration. And Poppy, I really love having you as a guest. And everybody
Oh.
else did too. See, everybody's really happy to see you there. And hey, yeah.
Humpty Dumpty track.
Yep, my brother. He's 90 minutes from me and 20 minutes from Basil and Karen. We have a community, and there's going to be others moving here, I hope. It's great, and I love that.
He has to split some wood for you or something, right?
Oh, I'm not
Right,
worried
Sandy?
about that. No, he'll help me with my garden. Oh, Hambo's a master gardener. Did you know that? He's a master gardener. And he started,
I've seen
a
that
few
on
years
his
ago, he was
video.
here. He started the raised beds for us and showed us how to put in
Aw.
the drip system. He's wonderful. So he said he would come and help me with my garden. We have some extenuating circumstances, which I'm not going to talk about right now, but he will be here to help me because I'm his sister from another mother, and we just, All right, Cindy said, great show. Thank you. Lovely to see Poppy. Absolutely. It was really
Aw.
great. Kyle and Poppy, nice to see you. That's from Jim. And I'm really glad you came. Sam, I am.
Peace.
I miss you.
Peace. I'm doing my thing.
I miss you.
Peace.
And Kim,
Love
thank
y'all.
you for being such a wonderful moderator. And Honey Bunny, it was really nice to see you. And, she says they're going to talk in private. So, see, more friends. More friends. That's what we are. Environmental Coffee House family. And
Sandy, I have to thank you for that. I have made more connections on your show and Kevin's show. It's it's very wonderful.
New York State lost 126,000 people last year. Every doomer on the planet can fit into the state of New York. Leave it to Hammy.
We don't want to go to New York.
Well, no, you already have your plan. But I'm just saying, we have safe. It's safe for the meantime, for the time being right now, where we are. The strip between where Ithaca and where I am in Allegheny County is pretty safe. And
and that's the
it's
thing,
pretty
Sandy. For the time being, right? It's great.
Yeah.
It's all temporary.
I'm never leaving. I know. I'm
not-
dying
but
here.
I just mean like people who want to like be climate change refugees. There's nowhere really to go.
No. And I did this for my daughter, but my crazy daughter who wants to move to LA I can't believe it. She can have this and she wants to go to LA.
Hey, she can look up Kevin. I don't know.
I know. Actually, there's a lot of people she's got out there. And they're young, and you know what? They can always then leave. All right. Well, everybody's saying I love you, and we highlighting Rod and Raza. Raza even said you guys are a cute couple. We're really happy, and in the future we will have you on because your husband said there is a journey he's on to do an online, probably a showing the transformation for you guys. So it will be quite interesting.
He's gonna follow your path. He's gonna be a YouTube sensation, just like you, Sandy.
Tanya and I have a nice glacier scooped out of Greenland. Well, I'm sure that Torstein would like that. He's not here. All right. Well, hi, Kevin. Kevin said he just got here. Please start over. Kevin, sweetheart, you'll have to go back to the beginning. You'll just have to go back to the beginning. But it's been happy hour.
I love you, Kevin.
I made sure I made an impact on everybody through the first half hour by the reading, which I loved. And Poppy, it was great having you.
It was wonderful.
Mwah! Love you, and I love you all. I am going to play the video from the beginning one more time. And, wait, I've got to do our little thingy. Not that I care. I mean, if you help me, you help me. Shit happens. I'm not going in my personal life right now. We have this little fundraiser.
Sandy.
Well,
Help
it's only,
Sandy.
no, it's only for the subscriptions and for the Wi-Fi. And, I have a funniest thing. These dudes were outside working on the wires. I walk out to get the mail, which is no easy feat, here. And I said, what are you doing? He goes, what does he say? Fiber optics. I'm like, what? We just had this whole big antenna thing put in and all. Oh my God, fiber optic. All right, Chuck Diesel, thank you. I know. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's not fiber optics for me. It might be for the one down the road. They'll probably charge me a fortune. Chuck, thanks for coming, sweetheart.
Hey, Sandy, don't rely on society. Don't rely on infrastructure.
I don't rely on anybody, honey. And I will not be relying on much but myself pretty soon. So, peace out. Love you both. I'm going to play the video, enjoy it, and then go back to the beginning and take the time to relax, have a glass of wine, have a coffee, and listen to the piece I read.
Sandy, thank you for having me on. Thank you.
Love you. Love you, Pop. Bye.
Bye.